Shalom. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakal Kodesh. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS, who are the true leaders of Israel today, and salutations to all of the Akim who do this work in truth and sincerity, who are risking their lives and their freedoms to do so, as well as the scattered Israelites who come looking like the heathen but are not, by way of their forefathers' seeds who are Israelite men. The true name of the Most High is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai, and the Lord's holy chosen people are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as we're the ones who suffer under the curses in the book of Deuteronomy. My name is Akalia, and this video is about the mark of the beast prophecy, which is a microchip. Alright, so here it is, a video from the brother, the hopefully elect 3, man shares dream about the mark of the beast. And I'll just read here in the book of Joel chapter 2 and verse 28. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions, and also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days will I pour out my spirit. All right, so, this is literally what's happening right now. And when you go to the book of Acts, chapter 2, and verse 16, it says, But this is that which was spoken by the prophet Joel. And it shall come to pass in the last days, saith Yahweh Shemishah, I will pour out of my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams. And on my servants and on my handmaidens I will pour out in those days of my spirit, and they shall prophesy. Okay, so this is what's happening right now, man. And as it says, and it shall come to pass in the last days, because we are in those last days. We're in the final days of the rulership of the so-called white man, who's the biblical Edomite, whose forefather is Esau, and they are the wicked. All right, so we're going to be seeing all of the judgments to come, the prophecies of Yahweh Shemishai, the mark of the beast prophecy, which is a microchip, World War III, the salvation of the elect of the nation of Israel, the destruction of America, all right, which is Babylon the Great. All of these things are coming, man. All right, Jacob's trouble, very chaotic times are ahead. Okay, and since we are in these last days of great tribulation, the Spirit is being poured out, and as it is written, so it is being done. All right, and I'm going to play this video here, but I've actually noticed in the past few weeks, that there has been more videos coming out of individuals who are having dreams regarding the mark of the beast prophecy. All right, so let's take a listen.
Okay, I've never made a video like this before, and it's been eating at me inside to at least tell you guys what I've been saying. I feel like last night God gave me a dream about the mark of the beast, and it was kind of a doozy. It was kind of scary. But I will tell you as best as I remember, because it gets a little intense, but bear with me. So I was in a classroom, I was in a school setting or something like that, and I remember the teachers came to us saying that we had to get this quick little surgical system inserted because it was the only way to stay a part of society, because if you don't, it's basically like an automatic way of declaring yourself as a full-out criminal, like you're the worst of the worst and they gotta get you. And automatically I knew what it was and I knew not to get it, and I was telling certain kids like, yo, don't get it, like if whoever I could talk to quietly and just like don't do it. And so we all had to walk from our classroom to the place to go get it done. As we were walking to that room, me and a few other kids just like took off into a certain direction and tried to start like hiding, like just we needed to hide. We knew we needed to hide. All the kids who went into that room, I never saw again. Anyways, me and the kids who decided to run away were hiding in like the darkest corners and attics and crawl spaces of the building, of the facility, to not get caught, not get found, because if they found us, we knew it would be bad. Anyways, a little bit of a fast forward. I'm sitting in a room and I see an officer walk in with his daughter. And this does get a little graphic. I'm sorry if it freaks anybody out. But they were both talking to each other, and I could tell he's like trying to calm her down or something. And in comes a few more officers, and they ask him like, why didn't you do it? Like, why didn't you take the system? And before he even really could respond, they pew-pewed both of them in the heads. Bam, done. And me and like one or two other kids are sitting in these like rafters, like dark corner of the roof, watching this happen and realizing that if they catch us, that we are gone. We are Dunyan rings. There's nothing to do about it. And it started getting really intense from here because it's a life or death situation at this point. So for hours, we are sitting in these corners of the rooms trying to hide and pretend like we're not there and, sneak around. And, whenever a new person walks in the room and starts to search our area, we had to kind of keep going and hiding. Basically a big game of cat and mouse. Fast forward a few more hours, it's already nighttime. There's no one in the facility other than officers looking for me and the other kids. And we all knew that if they catch us, we're done. We knew we needed to escape the facility, but there was not much we could do to...
Listening to it can relate to the scriptures, man. Because he said that he knew that if he got it, he would be done, right? Let me just listen to that once more.
For me and the other kids. And we all knew that if they catch us, we're done. We knew we needed to escape the facility, but there was not much we could do to get there, especially while there's people walking around. There's a few moments where I almost got caught along with a few other people, and the only thing that I could do, the only thing that I knew to do, was to get the guy before he got me. So, whatever was nearby, clunk, that's the only thing I could do. In which we kept running and hiding, trying to, get away from these guys and just make sure we didn't get caught. Sadly, I watched one kid who wasn't a part of my group in the immediate time get caught. They pulled him down from the thing and pew, right then and there. And we all saw it. Trying to maintain our composure, we eventually did find a way out. We did get out of the facility and we sprinted into the nearby forest. Fast forward again, I enter another warehouse situation with a bunch of other people who didn't take the mark. And I remember that things were very, very on edge. There was almost no food, not a lot of weapons. We didn't really have anything. And I watched.
Yeah, because if you don't have that mark chip, as it says, man, and let's read it, Revelation 13, verse 16, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So unless you have the mark chip, which is going to become mandatory worldwide, and this is going to be initiated by the wicked elite of Esau, Edom, okay, the elite bankers, right, the ruling class of the Edomites in their kingdom, then you're going to be shut off from society. Okay, you won't have access to anything in society at all. So you're going to be shut out completely. So that's why, in whichever place he was at, the resources that were there were scarce and minimal.
A group of girls run inside the building holding up a sign. It's like 3, 2, 1. As soon as they put 0, they were hiding, and a truck pulls up with a bunch of people in it, a bunch of officers, and they get out and they start searching the area. And I knew the only thing that I could do was go and hide in the rafters again. I had to get up somewhere high and hide. And it was so scary because I was trying really hard not to knock anything over. In the area that I was in, there's a bunch of tools and stuff in this warehouse, and one little nut or screw falling off where I was would tell them, hey, come get me. It was pretty terrifying. And so anyways, I was up in the rafter. I got my way up there, and I watched these guys start to really search every single corner of this building, and it felt in my gut that it was only a matter of time before they find me. So I had to just keep hiding. I had to keep finding a way out. And then I woke up, and man, it felt really real. It felt extremely realistic, and there were some other details I won't go into because they were just a little bit more graphic, but it was real. It was there. I was there. And part of me just knows that when this mark actually comes, when the mark of the beast actually comes, this is how it's going to be. It's going to be at a point where if you take it, you're part of society, but you deny God. And if you don't take it, you will be.
Yep. Right. If you take the mark of the beast, which is the mark chip, you would deny Yahweh Shemishai. And this is a message unto the Israelites and the Israelites only, as Yahweh Shemishai is our power and only dealing with us. All right. Revelation 13, verse 15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. What is the image of the beast? All right. The Roman Empire, and America is a rebirth of the Roman Empire. All right. So America takes on to those ways. all right, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed, which, is the system overall, Esau's system. So it's going to come to the point where if you don't worship, be a part of the system. Well, actually, let's go into this word worship here. All right, G4352, because, when you go into a deep dive into the words, we can get a deeper understanding. And the word here is proskuneo, right? So it says to kiss the hand to kiss the hand to one in token of reverence. In the New Testament, by kneeling or prostration to do homage, right? Meaning to kiss, like a dog licking his master's hand, you see? So when it says, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed, right? Those who don't bend the knee to the system, you know what I'm saying? And what he's describing is a time of great tribulation. He's really describing Jacob's trouble and the entire situation at hand, but but this is just what it is. This is what's coming, okay? And for that part where he said, let's play it back.
The beast actually comes. This is how it's going to be. It's going to be at a point where if you take it, you're part of society, but you deny God. And if you don't take it, you will be.
Right, so you deny Yahweh Shemisha if you take it, man. And that's how the Lord is going to destroy our people for taking it. Because you would have accepted Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, as your savior, as your salvation, right? Revelation 14 and verse 9, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast, right? And this word worship here is the same word proskuneo, right? Which is, once again, to lick, like a dog licking his master's hand. The beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Shemishai, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So, you would deny Yahweh Shemishai, and as such, you're going to be destroyed, all right? And America is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear fire. 1/3 is going to be saved from America, and 2/3 are going to be destroyed when Yahushua returns. This is what it's talking about, man. That judgment, okay? But it really just tells us the times that we're in, man, that the frequency in which individuals are starting to receive visions of this mark of the beast, which is the microchip. All right, and as it says in the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 3, it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. And there it is. At the end it shall speak, and it's speaking. The spirit of Yahweh Shemishai is upon, the people to, receive these visions and then to speak about these visions. But also as well, the world itself, regarding this mark of the beast prophecy, which is a microchip, you can see where it's at. The microchip in the hand has been launched and fully operational. The microchip in the forehead is launched and fully operational. The systems that need to be put in place are being developed right now. Digital identification system, which is a stepping stone of consolidating all of your information on it. Okay? Which will then be placed onto the microchip. The digital payment system that's being implemented, the digital society that's being built up, digital public infrastructure, right? The idea of smart cities and 15-minute cities, okay? NFC technology, RFID technology, every single thing, man. When you observe the times that we're in, it is only a matter of time before this prophecy comes to pass. It really only takes one major event right now. Because once again, the microchip itself is out there and operational, okay? And the point of sales machines are already accepting microchip payments. So the time is coming, man. As it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak, and it's speaking very loudly, So, yeah, man. Remain in the spirit and hope for salvation and hope to overcome this which is coming, the hour of temptation. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth, which is going to be the time when you're faced with taking the microchip. All right? It's going to be the hour of temptation. When you break down this word temptation, it breaks down to peril in the Greek, G3984, which is through the idea of piercing. So it is the hour of piercing, right? From the hour of piercing, it shall come upon all the world to pierce them that dwell upon the earth. You see, because this word try here also breaks down to that same thing, the hour of piercing. And that is how that microchip is administered, through piercing the skin and inserting it into the body. All right? So the world has been warned. Specifically, the Israelites around the world have been warned of this prophecy for several decades at this point. And Esau's kingdom is coming to an end, so it is going to come to pass. And once this prophecy comes to pass, then it's only a matter of time before, World War III and the end of it, and the return of our Lord Yahushua and the destruction of America. Yeah, man, we're very close. With that, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shemishai, Bashim Kakodesh, Shalom.